Welcome everybody to the Roll of the Dice podcast with myself, Luke.
And Ben again, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Hello Ben, how's it going?
It's going okay.
Good.
I am freshly trimmed, been out to the hairdressers today.
Oh.
Or barbers, I should say.
At you.
It has been about a year or 3. And
You're gonna
I'm not gonna lie, I had probably the most stereotypical barber hairdresser ever. I had like a full-on fake tanned, blonde hair, like judgy, pouty lip.
Oh Jesus.
Double chinned kind of barber.
Oh, okay. That's not where I thought you were going with that. I'm gonna be honest, that's not what I was expecting. Okay.
No, she was perfectly fine. It wasn't like disastrous at all. Although I don't know what she meant, what she understood by just half the length, because I think she nearly grabbed the shaver, the trimmer, and just
so are you
nearly
like buzz cut now, or
no. She went back and understood English and half cut. Okay, right, scissors. But it is dramatically shorter. I'm no longer like Captain Caveman.
Hey, hold up! Don't you give me that. I am Captain Caveman.
Yeah, only one of us can have that look. It's like Highlander.
True. Oh God, I haven't watched Highlander in so many years.
Yeah, but it was quite funny. I went in looking as I did, and there was another guy, another barber, cutting another customer's hair, and getting quite like into their conversation because they were talking about Leicester City Football Club or something.
Okay.
And it turned around after my haircut and went, "Oh shit!" After I'd basically installed a shag pile carpet around where I was.
Good. You're gonna have to send me a selfie or something, like just so I know like exactly what you look like. I can't picture you with short hair. That's wild.
Yeah.
As long as I've ever known you, you've had long hair.
Yeah, it is dramatically. Imagine do you know what Corey Taylor from Slipknot looks like now?
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but like a touch longer.
Oh, do you look like a cockatoo? Do you have do you know what I mean?
Not really. I'll send you a picture.
Alright, cool.
Oh shit, I meant to do like a before and after one.
Rookie. Absolute rookie.
Oh well, I'll just find a clip art thing of Captain Caveman, that'll do.
Nice.
Or just search up Ed Byrne.
Yeah, okay, sure. That's true.
Because that is pretty much me.
Yeah, that's very true. So, it's been a couple of weeks since we last recorded. Since then, a whole bunch of things have happened. The Oscars happened. Grammys happened. No, I think Grammys happened before. Never mind. The Oscars happened.
Yeah, Grammys happened before. Oscars were, I think they were happening as we were recording or something.
Yeah, it was like the next day or the day after we recorded the last episode. But they have now happened.
And boy, were we wrong.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Because Parasite ran away with 4 of the awards, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did.
Best director, best film,
best adapted screenplay, and best editing, I think.
Maybe. I know it got 4, but I can't remember what.
Yeah. But yeah, and as a follow-up to my previous episode's bold claims that 1917 was going to run away with everything, this is me putting my hands up and being like, okay, I was absolutely wrong, like 100%. Fully deserved. I have now seen Parasite, and it is freaking awesome. Like, it is well deserving of, like, winning.
Yeah, it is.
It's really great.
It twisted a little, it twisted a lot harder at the end than I thought it would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a really, really good, build up to it.
Yeah, for sure. That was very cool. Yeah, also follow up from something I said last episode was that I was very excited to watch Birds of Prey. I have seen Birds of Prey. and it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be, but it was still a good film, and I refuse to accept that it wasn't, because it was a good film, and I enjoyed it.
You said the same thing about Suicide Squad, was it?
More or less, yeah. I mean,
That people
I'm not
people
as
didn't like it.
passionately defensive of Suicide Squad being a good film, because it wasn't. Like, it was... I liked it for personal reasons, but, like, I know that, like, objectively wasn't very good. This, I feel like, objectively had really good things going for it. But yeah, that's just my personal take on Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
I'm gonna go ahead
Like-
and guess that there are a bunch of things that you haven't seen.
Yeah, I think.
What was the last film you watched?
Because, well, me and my girlfriend watched. We went to the. We went and did a film day where we watched. What was it? We watched 1917, watched Parasite, and there was another one. I can't remember what it was.
Jojo Rabbit?
No, we watched that a while ago. We really liked that though.
Jojo Rabbit was so good.
Yeah.
I watched Jojo Rabbit and Parasite in the same day.
I love. What's his name? What's the director's name?
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he is so good as Hitler.
Yep. Hail me? Fuck off, Hitler. One of my favourite scenes from this year, from any film, is just a kid kicking Hitler out a window. Spoilers for anyone who's seen Jojo Rabbit, but
It's been out
that
long
happens.
enough.
Yeah, it has.
No, one of my favourite bits. It's not like like a real bit in the thing, but when Hitler and Jojo are sat on the kitchen table and the mum's burning something,
Yeah.
and he looks through the window, and, like, shouts at her, "What are you burning?" And Jojo's like, "What? Don't bother. She can't hear you." Oh, okay. What are you burning? Like, it's an issue of volume, not that he's imaginary.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wild. Such a good film. Such an interesting concept. But yeah, Jojo Rabbit was fantastic.
Yeah. Oh,
I loved that. It's probably my favourite film this year so far.
so far, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I'd say it's a favourite, but maybe not like the best film, if that makes sense.
I think objectively speaking, Parasite is probably the best film so far this year. But Jojo Rabbit is by far my favourite film this year.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah. Speaking of films, this is actually a really good segue into what I wanted to talk about. Films coming out in the next few months. There is obviously the big one at the start of April, the new James Bond film.
Oh yeah.
No Time to Die. And every week, or every episode, it seems like ever since week 1, when we shit-talked her, every single week, Billie Eilish seems to come up, because she just seems to be proving us wrong every week.
Yeah, I think she's listened to this
Have
and
you
gone, right. And just pulling out all the stops for it.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna prove these
my
shit
follow-up
talkers
question
wrong.
was, have you heard No Time to Die by Billie Eilish?
I've heard it once, but I can't really remember it.
It's genuinely one of my favourite intros to a James Bond ever. It is so good. Like, it is so good. It's making me very excited. Also, we keep seeing the trailer at work, and the trailer looks really good.
It does indeed.
And
yeah.
Like, I have a theory about the James Bond film, especially Daniel Craig as James Bond. Every other film has been really good, with bad ones in between them. So, Casino Royale, really great. Quantum of Solace, really bad. Skyfall, really good.
Yeah.
Spectre, fine, but not nearly as good as Skyfall.
Yeah.
So, because of that, like, trajectory, that algorithm that the films seem to be, like, heading down, that trajectory, I think that this one is going to be one of the best, I think. Also, I am a little bit in love with Ben Whishaw. Like, he's just so good as Q.
Yeah, I love him as Q as well. I wasn't sure if I was going to get along with him with Q being like younger and not like an
Yeah,
um
yeah.
old wise quartermaster. But I don't know. There's like a cocky, swami nature about him that really really works.
Is it because he resonates with you so well? Is because, like, you are him a little bit?
A little bit. I have got the cardigan. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. I actually was thinking before it comes out, I want to, like, watch, maybe not all of them, but, like, all of Daniel Craig's, ignoring Quantum of Solace, because that film doesn't exist. Um,
I can't
but yeah,
remember Quantum of Solace.
it's because it was so bad. It was just so bad. Like, nothing happened. Like, there's one very cool scene on the ice where his car flips upside down, and then that's pretty much it. Like, everything else is just so... That's the problem with it. Like, it's not that it's, like, badly written or whatever. It's just boring. Like, nothing really happens.
Okay.
Yeah, like, if you think of... Casino Royale, like, it's a really awesome premise.
Hmm.
Like, he has to win the big poker game to get into infiltrate, like, the mafioso, whatever it is, and then, you know, he gets kidnapped and takes the fucking rope knot to the nuts, which is one of the most
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that scene.
upsetting scenes I have ever seen. Just because I cringe so hard when, like, the first time I ever saw it, I was just like, no, thank you.
Ooh.
No. Oof. No, thank you.
Like you can feel half the audience
Yeah.
clench.
Yeah. I think the other half also clenched because, like, it's just so visceral.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it's just, yeah. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to No Time to Die. Also, speaking of films coming out, now this one isn't coming out for ages, but I saw on various social media that they've just started filming Jurassic World 3.
Yeah, I saw that post as
Jurassic
well.
World
Was it
Dominion?
the I saw I think it was on Twitter or it might have been Facebook, but like a still of the clapper board.
Yeah, yeah. That's the big. It's just like day one shoot, like just like day one of shooting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know about you. I don't know where you stand on these, but I am a massive fan of the Jurassic World films.
Oh, I don't know
I
about the
love
second
them.
one.
The second one isn't as good. I will freely admit that. Like,
Yeah.
it had a good premise. I don't feel like it executed, because it felt like it was trying to be a bit more horror-esque, like big house, like creepy thing, like stalking all of the inhabitants, like at least towards the end anyway. I didn't really feel like it landed quite as well. But the first one, when they're actually on the island, was... I loved the first Jurassic World.
Yeah,
I thought it was
because
great.
that was the Jurassic series, like
Yeah.
its main storyline, like traits.
Yeah.
Not like cliche, but it was like this is what a Jurassic film is. It's in a park where shit goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly that.
And
I will say for the last one of the trilogy that they're doing, they are bringing back Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and
Ooh.
the two kids from the first Jurassic World film.
ah, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
As if they haven't had a bad time from the Jurassic series already.
yeah. So
So ding
Obviously
ding,
they'll be-
round two.
yeah, exactly that. So yeah, I have high hopes for that film. It comes out, I believe, early 2022. I believe. I
Yeah.
could be wrong. But I mean, if they're only just filming now, it's like takes a good long time to sort of film, then edit, then, you know, all the stuff that goes into filmmaking will take a good long time for that to come out.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
gonna take a while, but hopefully it will be good.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Like,
I just still despair with the second one. The whole premise of if you can point a laser at it, this multi-billion-pound dinosaur will like jump on whatever it is and attack it. Why not? If you can point a laser at it, why not just shoot them?
Yeah.
That's like $100
Yeah.
down your local gun range
That's very true.
for a gun.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, the second one definitely had a lot of problems. It definitely didn't land as well as the first one. That being said, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. I like the whole it's not like Cabin in the Woods, but the whole everything set in a house. That was the other film. Fuck's sake. Sorry, going back to earlier, like the whole watching 3 films in a day. I figured out what the last one was Knives Out.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Great film as well.
That was
really
so good. Even
Yeah, Knives
though
Out.
you'd seen bits of it during like our job, it
Yeah.
still went really, really. It was still a really good film.
Yeah. Yeah, big fan of Knives Out. They've also announced they're doing a sequel to Knives Out.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm super
Mm.
excited. Please bring
What's
Daniel
up?
Craig back and that accent.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So funny.
It's so bad.
Oh,
It's
so
fantastically bad.
I don't know if it's intended to be bad.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I cannot fathom a world where they would not like, okay, let's do a really bad accent just for dramatic effect. Like, that they had to have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Kentucky Fried Detective.
That was good. I'll give you that.
No, I say here.
For just $12.99, you can get this variety chicken bucket and Daniel Craig's shitty accent.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's move on.
Daniel Craig, if you listen to this, which I highly doubt you will, please do like an Alexa voice package or like.
Oh my God! Yes. We've got Morgan. What is it? We've got Samuel L. Jackson. We've got Morgan Freeman. Yes, we want the Daniel Craig Deep South Alexa voice pack.
The Colonel Craig. Oh God!
Imagine he did that voice in James Bond. He just like busts out a Deep South accent in the middle of James Bond. Imagine. That'd be so funny.
That'd be a farewell for his last film. Because this is his last, isn't it?
This is the last time he's doing James Bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Spectre was meant to be the last time, and then
the money for the next one.
yeah, exactly. They were just like, okay, Daniel Craig, here's like a gajillion pounds. Please do this film.
I'll do it on one condition.
Howdy, y'all.
The name's Bond. Colonel Bond.
Oh man. If the title of this episode isn't The Name's Bond, Colonel Bond, then you're fired as the editor and creator of this show.
With a license to Howdy.
Oh my God, stop, you're making my lungs hurt. Oh man, oh, that's too good. Holy shit, that's funny. Oh God, my lungs. We are professionals, by the way.
Oh no, we are not.
Yeah. To the 7 people who listen to this podcast, I'm sorry you had to listen to me laughing like a buffoon, but at the same time, Ben is actually on fire today. Oh God. Okay. Bring it back down. Like, do you want to roll for some adventure, or?
It would all be you because I've got like one topic.
Okay, I won't bother then. I'll just talk about stuff and What do I want to talk about? Let's talk about. Okay, let's talk about voice actors. So, I have been watching. There is a very, very awesome YouTube channel called Retro Replay. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it to you before, but it is two very well-respected in the industry voice actors. They have a YouTube channel and they play, a lot of video games. They do definitive playthroughs of the games where they've been the main characters. The main ones being Uncharted and The Last of Us. So the Nolan North is the voice of Nathan Drake in Uncharted, and Troy Baker is the voice of Joel in The Last of Us, and it's their channel. And they'll get on like other voice actors or directors on like these big games, where they'll come on and they'll talk about like the creation process, like when for like games like The Last of Us and Uncharted, where they'll be in like the mocap suits, and then for other games they'll talk about like being in the voice acting booths, like sometimes doing entire scenes on their own because the other person will be filming their voice acting completely separately, and like the difference between how the general creation of these games come to fruition, right? And I wanted to get your take on like different, because I know that you play a lot of video games and I know you like watch a lot of stuff. Like, what do you feel about voice acting? Like, how impactful is it to you? Because for me, like, voice actors to me are like some of my favorite like inspirations. Like, voice acting is a dream of mine that I've always had. Like, I've never pursued it because I don't feel like I have the kind of range for voice acting, but it's something I've always like admired so much. Like, I follow so many voice actors on social media, and like I'll watch like the behind the scenes stuff from my favorite games. And how do you feel about voice acting?
I think voice acting is probably one of the most difficult jobs in both video game and film industries, because you've got to do so much time and so many hours within these recording studios and audio booths, running through this character and getting the voices like perfectly right and repeating all these voice lines till they're perfect for each scene that they need. And the amount of time and effort they put into this is tremendous. And they then become the face of these characters outside of the game, outside of the film.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know how, because I'm guessing you still haven't finished The Last of Us, have you?
Yeah, I finished The Last of Us.
Oh, you have finished The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
I went back and started to replay it. But okay. I have gone through it and the DLC, the Left Behind DLC.
Okay, no, sorry. For some reason, I had this weird impression that you hadn't played it. Okay, so they just finished on Retro Replay. They just finished playing through The Last of Us, and as like a post-credit thing, they had on Neil Druckmann and Ashley Johnson. Neil Druckmann is the director of The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2, and Ashley Johnson is the voice of Ellie. And they were on there talking about like their own experiences making the first game, and like everything they've learned from that one, how they're taking it into the second game. And this is a really nice segue because I actually want to talk about The Last of Us 2 for a little bit. But we'll come back to that here in a sec. Like, it's so interesting to me hearing this, like, different perspectives, especially their own perspectives of the characters that they've given life to, essentially, right? Especially Troy Baker, who gives the voice for Joel, like, giving his perspective on, like, that last level where you're in the hospital.
Yeah, you're rescuing Ellie from... the Fireflies, is it, or something?
From the Fireflies, like, basically, like... they would like remove her brain to manufacture a cure.
Yeah.
And hearing his perspective on not allowing them to do that, and like how it comes across to the audience as a really selfish decision, because he's already lost his daughter at the start of the game and he can't lose another
Yeah,
you know,
throughout the
daughter
game, she
figure.
becomes she becomes a
Exactly.
daughter figure to him to replace Sarah or
Sarah.
whoever he lost.
Yeah, and like the audience, you're made to feel like this is a selfish decision, but then he gives his perspective, like as the sort of soul of Joel's voice, like as Joel, and like Joel's perspective, like how he went into that performance and like what he gave to that performance to add his own like perspective on it was like so interesting to me.
Yeah,
I
'cause
thoroughly recommend watching the definitive playthrough. By the way, like it's not necessarily all of them, but just the one for The Last of Us. It's really really good series.
Yeah.
Like there's 15 episodes and they're like an hour long each. I think one episode is like a slightly longer one, but they're like it's something that you can just sort of do. It's good to have on in the background because you don't really need to watch the gameplay. It's kind of like listening to a podcast, honestly, because a lot of it is, Troy Baker running Nolan North through a lot of stuff, and then when they're doing Uncharted, it's reverse because Nolan North
Nathan Drake.
is Nathan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that'd be really cool to
and-
listen to because no one should understand the character more than the artist portraying their voice.
Yeah,
Because he would have had to do so much work and thought and discussing with the directors as to how to emote and feel over certain chapters and little story arcs.
Yeah, that's doubly true of this game because, or those couple of games, because it's mocap. So you're actually on a stage. You're actually performing every action as if you were in a film, and then that is translated into animation. So it is literally the actor is it is them emoting.
Yeah.
It is literally all of that, and then put into the game. Like all of Ellie's and Joel's facial expressions come from Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson.
Performance
like
capture,
it's their what they put into that scene, and like it's incredible to me the amount of time and energy and like the different types of energy that goes into that kind of creation process is incredible to me.
Yeah. I wrote a paper on this in university.
Oh, really?
Like I did not voice actors, but I did motion capture technology between film and video game because it's used in both. And I
it is.
Like Andy Serkis, the great motion capture performer, because he's obviously Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and he's done a whole host of films. Like the one that comes to the top of my head is called Enslaved Between Two Worlds, I think it's called. But yeah,
okay,
it's really interesting to look at how each uses it. Each uses motion capture technology because they're broadly the same.
Well, the big one for me, outside of Gollum, because I think that's probably his most like famous motion capture performance. The other one for me is Caesar in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, he is.
Because Gollum and Caesar are humanoid.
Yeah.
And you take a humanoid character, you put a man into a motion capture suit, and they have to bring out that they're human-like, but they're not human, so they have different characteristics. And he is so good at emoting in ways that are not quite human. You think of Gollum, for example. Like, he's so feral in a lot of ways, and in the way that character, like, devolves into this madness is really brought out by the facial expressions and like even the movements, like the very like hunched over, like on all fours, that it becomes more animalistic as it goes on, while keeping that high level of intelligence, because Gollum is a highly intelligent character and Caesar is a developing intelligence, because that's the whole point, is that they're this like next stage of evolution from sort of half ape, half something else, moving towards man. And it's like keeping the mind at a certain level whilst bringing this animalistic tendency through with your motions and your facial features and like all of this stuff is it's incredible, and I don't think anyone else has quite got to that level yet. Not within film. Maybe within video games now. I think there are like some actors within video games who have like nailed it, right? But I think film, Andy Serkis is still like that cream of the crop when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's the synonymous, like the one and only that you think of.
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly
anyone's
that.
got quite to the understanding that he has of that technology. Because
Yeah.
he's now he made his own company around
Yeah,
it,
he did.
like Imagination Studios or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's done so well for himself with that, and like you've seen him on the Graham Norton show, and he shows like a degree of the work that goes into it. Like he has a lot of prosthetics made to force him to walk in these certain ways and behave like Caesar or Gollum.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
exactly
is an
that.
incredible amount of research for it.
Yeah. No, he's what, like one of those generational performers. Like once in a generation, someone like that'll come along and be that sort of apex of performance in whatever medium it is.
Yeah.
And he is that. Maybe someone else will come along, but
An apprentice.
he is. Yeah, but
I think he
yeah,
was
he's
pushing for I think he was pushing for motion capture actors to have their own bit in the Oscars, I think. Did we say that?
that makes 100%. That makes total sense to me. Yeah,
Because they're still
100%.
acting,
Yeah,
but it's just hidden underneath a CGI, like a CGI frame.
I think that if
But CGI's always still been a tentative topic at the Oscars anyway, hasn't it?
yeah, it's very true. I think that they should be at least considered for if even if it's motion capture, they'll still be considered for the best animation category, because if you're doing motion capture for an animation, there's no reason you should be disqualified because you're doing it as motion capture instead of all as, animated creation, like however you want to do it, like CGI or stop motion or whatever. You shouldn't be discredited because you're doing it as motion capture.
Yeah.
I think that's just my take on it anyway.
I don't know. I still hold fast that the Academy is just a bunch of old fuddy guys who just want another Citizen Kane film.
Yeah, 100%. No, I absolutely agree with you. Blarg. All right, let's. Oh, actually, before we move on, I wanted to talk a little bit about The Last of Us 2. So, May 29th is when The Last of Us 2 comes out, and it's, having just rewatched like all of the first game, like it's set me up for this kind of giddy excitement that I don't really get very often, especially for video games anymore, because there are a lot of re-releases and stuff. There's very few.
There's a few
New
original
titles.
IPs
Yeah,
coming out.
Yeah, and this is one of those games that I've been excited for a very long time, and I'm very excited to announce that the game comes out, and I have double checked this. Ben, it comes out on our payday.
Oh, I'm ready.
May 29th is a Friday. The 30th and 31st are Saturday, Sunday.
How much is it? What organ do I need to sell?
It'll be I think the standard pack is like it'll be like 50 or 60 quid.
Okay, that's a kidney.
Yeah, well, no, you fetch more for a kidney, but kidneys go for like 800 quid on the black market. But
yeah, anyway,
anyway, Luke's knowledge of the black market aside.
it's a bit questionable.
Listen, we don't need to talk about Luke's salacious goings on. No, what I wanted to talk to you about The Last of Us 2 was, has there ever been a game that you've been so excited for, like so excited to the point of nervousness because you don't want it to fail?
Yeah, you don't want it to be bad.
You don't want it to be bad, right? Like we have no way of knowing. Like it's very unlikely that it'll be bad. I will say that,
With the amount of work that's gone into it, I think the only thing that could
Exactly.
fail with it is a bad story. But as it's
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, I don't think they will do,
Yeah.
given their repertoire and
To
previous.
be honest, the only thing that I'm really worried about is like how it ends, because if the ending doesn't land, then it's gonna feel like a bit of wasted time.
Yeah.
So I really want the ending to land. But yeah, like, has there ever been a game that you've been so excited for to the point of nervousness?
I think a couple years ago, like me and my flatmates were in uni. Me and my flatmates were really hyped on
Excuse me.
the Sid Meier's Civilization series,
Mm-hmm.
and we all played Civ 5 like to death.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were really hyped up on. I think the next one was After Earth or Civ 6. No,
Oh, okay,
After
yeah,
Earth. And
Yeah.
a couple of the flatmates got it because they just bought it on release day. And
Yeah.
like the day or two after, they said, "Guys, this is awful," which is a real like letdown based on like
That's
the
a
time
heartbreaker, yeah,
and
for sure.
the times we had within Civ 5.
Yeah.
That the next thing was a bit shit.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker.
But with but that's kind of like a running thing with the Civilization games, in that it starts out awful, but it builds up with releasing DLCs, and Civ 6 has shown that. Like it's turned itself around. It started off a bit meh, and has turned itself into a pretty cool, awesome Civ game. But at that time, Civ 5 to After Earth was like, that was my nervous period. I think that's my most recent nervous period.
Fair enough.
Previous to that, it would be like childish, giddy excitement with either the skate games or
Yeah.
Halo.
Yeah, I was gonna say my other big one for me was Halo. Every time there was a new Halo title, I would get like crazy excited, just to be let down because it wasn't as good as Halo 3 or Halo Reach. Like Halo 4 and Halo 5 were just not good.
Yeah, they started to go downhill from there.
I have big hope for Halo Infinite though. Like I have big hopes for it. They completely back to the drawing board, like stripping away a lot of all the stuff that made the previous two games bad, and they've like new direction they're going in. Like that release trailer for Halo Infinite from E3, like what was it, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago,
Yeah.
was so hype. Like to hear that music again was like, it was so nostalgic, and I have high hopes for
Definitely.
that.
Who is it now? It's 343, and is it still Activision?
It could be. I'm not sure. Let me I can quickly Google it. Hold on. Halo.
Because I know they did. I know it was definitely. Come on, Ben. Words. They definitely did Destiny, the pair of them, and it definitely felt choked.
It's 343 and Skybox Labs.
Okay, I'm gonna have to Google who Skybox Labs are. What have they done?
That is a tremendous question.
Co-developers of the Bedrock edition for Minecraft. They've
That's not
done.
Age of Empires 2. The forgotten Age of Empire.
They developed an expansion pack for that. They didn't. EA Sports UFC.
Age of Mythology, Tale of the Dragon, Age of Empires 2, The African Kingdoms. So they have like some good stuff that they've done.
Some good stuff. Looks like it's like a lot of like expansion stuff.
Yeah.
And like Age of Empires 2 expansions, there's like 5 of those.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh well. I hope they pull out the bag for Halo.
Really, I so hope so hope that it'll be good. I mean, there's no release date for anything, but it'll probably be on the Xbox One X. the next gen console.
Yeah, the weird tower-looking thing.
Yeah. Oh, this is a really good segue into one of the things I want to talk about. So they released the specs for the new Xbox One X at a press conference recently, and they're ridiculous. Like, for a gaming console, like, the specs are absolutely wild. Like, hang on, let me just quickly bring these specs up for you, because it's just fucking mental. Hang on.
Tech specs.
Okay, so
8-core AMD CPU, overclocked.
Yeah.
No, clocked at 2.3 gigahertz, which is what I've got. A 12 gigabyte DDR5 graphics card, which is bigger than what I've got. A 6 teraflop GPU. Okay, that's really good.
that's it. That's absolutely mental. Like, it. Just some of the fucking specs for this thing are absolutely wild.
Yeah. What the hell?
Like,
A
I'm
terabyte internal storage.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah. Like,
It's just
it just seems like they've gone, okay, we're just gonna make a PC essentially
yeah.
and call it an Xbox. Like,
Yeah, they've done.
It-
They've done exactly that. They've not stuck with
Yeah.
the whole next gen consoles are a 6-year-old PC.
yeah, like they've gone, okay, maximum, like even the like sort of performance based stuff. It's like they've got like supercharged cooling fans, like advanced liquid cooling, minimal noise. It's like this is what like current like high end PCs have.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is
This is nuts.
bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Like, I am genuinely considering moving back to Xbox. If they deliver on all this, I'm genuinely considering moving back to Xbox over the PS5.
Yeah. There's another thing you got to consider: exclusives. But
That's very true.
But then the difference. Well, I had both PlayStation and Xbox, but I got rid of the Xbox because everyone had a PlayStation, and that was what I would play video games on. Because the multiplayer aspect was there, because I had friends on the PlayStation side.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to play something single player, I've got my PC for that. So we've got to like judge as to where our friendship player base is going to be.
True, but I mean, I have a feeling that this is going to ship with Halo Infinite, and if that's the case, I mean, that's a pretty strong motivator to get it. Like, imagine we could all get all of us back into Halo. Just imagine.
That would be a nostalgic shoot back.
Oh man, I am.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Halo, and Halo have twinned up with Nerf, the soft toy dart gun people.
Oh yes, they have.
And they've made what was it, 2 or 3 guns from the game? They've made the Needler.
Yep. The battle rifle and the assault rifle.
Oh, is it the assault rifle as well?
Yeah.
I thought it was a pistol, but oh well.
Oh no, you're right. No, sorry, it's the Needler. It's the like combat evolved pistol and the battle rifle.
Like the classic Halo 1.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called? Is it called the Magnum or something?
Pass. It's something like that. Yeah.
Shrug. Yeah. But I can't wait for that to come out, and for all the cosplayers and the props makers to go right.
Yeah.
And go wild with it, with painting it and seeing what they make with it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff coming out that I'm very excited for. Alright. Ben,
Yeah?
I love you, but it's time for your weekly intervention.
Mate, I'm 1 episode away.
Then why are you not finished?
I watched the second to last episode this morning, then had to go have my hair shaved.
True. Okay, fine, fair enough. There's no intervention this week. You pass, I suppose.
But yeah, for the last couple of episodes, it feels very, very wayward, and like I understand what everyone's saying about the whole weird timeline jumps.
Yeah.
Because I'm.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know where I am now. I don't know where Siri is. Don't know what Yen's doing. Triss has just been like brushly introed.
Yeah. Like, I promise it does all make sense in the end, but you're not wrong. The last episode, there is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's like a full hour
going on. Yeah, there is a lot going on. Okay, fair enough. I won't intervene this week. However, I will say this. I know that you haven't watched My Hero yet.
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't, and I'm still mad. Because, anyway.
Oh, the film's out, isn't it? There's a
yes,
My Hero
that's
film.
what I want to talk about, is that the new My Hero Academia film comes out today, actually. It is the UK release date for that. We are actually showing it today and tomorrow and over the weekend. I actually have some friends coming down to watch it with me tomorrow night. We're going to the 8:30 showing, and we have back row center seats.
Ooh.
#dab.
Yeah, My Hero Academia. Is it Hero Rising or is it Two Heroes?
Heroes Rising.
Heroes Rising. That's the one.
Yep. Two Heroes was the first My Hero film. This is the second one.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Two Heroes was 2018.
Yep. And yeah, Hero Rising is the one that's just come out, and very excited to go and watch it. I'm probably gonna spend the rest of today and a little bit of tomorrow re-watching the last few episodes because it's set, I believe, in the sort of mid-season gap. I think it's set for season 4, which is where the anime has got up to. It's just got to the mid-season gap like 2 weeks ago or something, and then they've been holding off. Well, because it's a gap, like they'll start releasing it again here in a couple weeks, I would imagine. Just to give some people some time off, because the creation of anime is just ridiculous.
It's just intense because there's a million and one animators.
Exactly.
A million and one artists working super hard.
Exactly
It's
that.
such a competitive
Is.
industry.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a wonder that anyone can get make a living off of it.
Yeah, like it's like top 5 most competed for jobs in Japan. Like, everyone wants a slice of that pie.
Yeah.
Because it's so wildly popular. Like, we were talking about this a few episodes ago. Like, in Japan, they show anime as, like, daytime TV. And, like, as we watch things like Coronation Street and Doctor Who, just off the top of my head, they watch anime. It's like it's in their weekly slot.
Like their staple TV.
Yeah. So, because it's so hugely successful and hugely popular, everyone wants a part of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my weekly love relationship with League of Legends.
The salt plains of the Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, exactly that. So yesterday, the chief officer for the esports side of League of Legends announced that the mid-season invitational, which is the top 2 teams from every region, they go to MSI, they compete for the MSI trophy, right? This season, because of the coronavirus and how it's so affecting a lot of the Asian, like, traveling and stuff like that, the MSI has been postponed, with it being potential that the Asian teams won't be able to participate because they don't want they might be in quarantine or lockdown or whatever. And when I read the announcement, I was like, Jesus, this shit's gotten real bad. So I went and like did some reading about it, and I was like, Yeah, this shit's real bad. It's gotten real bad in some places now. Like, some of the ground zero places
Yeah.
look like... You know when you see, like, quarantine zones on, like, TV and stuff?
Like what am I trying to think of? Like a 28 days later kind of thing.
Yeah, like Chernobyl-esque quarantine, like lockdown. It's bad,
Wow.
dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, like, what is it? Woyang? Is that where like the ground zero in China? It just looks awful. It looks like a ghost town, apart from the quarantine zone where there is just sick people everywhere. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's bad, dude.
It's
So-
gotten so much traction in what 2-3 months. Is that it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a crazy virus. It's like someone is playing, like you said last week, like someone is playing Plague Inc. with humanity at the moment, and it's like it's fucked up. But yeah, it's now like having these broad-reaching effects. Like, for example, like I would never have expected them to postpone MSI, but they've had to because of all this stuff that's going on.
How many teams have been affected by it for the?
At least 4. Sorry, 4 regions. So China, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. They're the 4 main regions. Asian regions for League of Legends, like professional League of Legends.
How many teams would have taken part in total? Because
it's 16 teams. There are 8 regions, so 4 from Asia, Europe, North America, the South America, and Oceania. So 8 regions.
Because I'm not gonna lie, for the video game to take place, it's an online video game. So surely you just wheel in a PC and give them a like.
Yes, but on online you run up against the problem with like ping and all of that kind of like LAN tournaments.
True.
It's like an entirely different game because you're not having to deal with latency and stuff like that.
True. Yeah, I see that, but
like you can't run like because professional League of Legends has been played on LAN for so long. You can't play it online. Like it's just too different, and you scrim other teams at LAN. You can't then play other teams online because it's just an entirely different game.
The ping will be far too high for
Exactly.
for any level of competitive play to happen at all.
Exactly. On LAN they play on 0 ping, so yeah, they can't do it that way, unfortunately.
That's really bad. It's really unfortunate.
Like it's really really affecting a lot of stuff. Like commercially, it's really affecting like what's the word?
Like trade and commodities to go through is
tourism, trade, like all of that stuff.
I'd be surprised
like
if there's any tourism left.
Strongly diminished, I imagine, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter being like, I had like plans to go to Asia but can't now because of coronavirus.
Oh heck! So my dad and now stepmom got married, and I'm fairly sure I think I don't know if they've already gone, but they were supposed to be honeymooning in Vietnam, like doing a trip around Vietnam and then going over the border to Cambodia. I don't know if they've done that already, but that's a big oof.
Oh well.
I'd have thought there'd have been more teams like that, because video games within the Asian community is like a super competitive thing as well.
Yeah.
Within for example, the Overwatch league, the London team, the London Spitfires, are all South Korean, I believe. Last I looked, last year it was.
That's wild.
Yeah, because I remember like when the Overwatch League first happened, I supported the London Spitfires, and looking at them, none of them look like they're from London. They look like a what's the band called? Like a BTS kind of like team.
Like a K-pop group?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Although I suppose that is British nature at its finest. Outsourcing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
We'll have to see how long that takes. I say takes effect or disrupts the Overwatch. Not Overwatch. Come on, Ben. League of Legends event for.
Yeah.
Because as long as the coronavirus is going to go around, the worst is going to affect everything.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking hectic. Excuse me, sorry. I'm shock and horror to no one. I woke up like 20 minutes before we started recording, so I'm not quite awake yet.
Yeah, I did say 1 or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just give
we
you.
started recording at like 1:15. I woke up at like 5 to 1. I was like, oh yeah, that thing. I woke up because my alarm went off, and I was like, I set this alarm to remind myself to stop whatever I was doing, so we could start recording, not to wake up to.
Yeah, stop sleeping.
Yeah. A tragic hobo goblin. Speaking of goblins,
As is your class.
yeah, I am just a chaos goblin. Speaking of goblins, I recently learned that you can basically play as goblins in D&D. Like, you can make goblin characters.
Surely you just need to like workshop the halfling a little bit.
More or less, yeah. Like there is like it's basically like DLC content, where you could like homebrew, but you could basically play as goblins. But yeah,
That'd
it's
be quite
basically
fun.
just like a slightly reworked halfling.
Yeah, because you're both like small. You'd both be nimble. I'd imagine you'd have similar character traits. Maybe, you wouldn't be as what am I trying to think of? Like dexterous, because halflings are quite like they can make and tinker real well, I think.
Yeah,
But I don't think goblins are quite so refined.
yeah. So as an extension of this, I have now like landed on the fact that the next time I make a D&D character, I am absolutely making a goblin.
Oh, please make Boblin the Goblin.
Boblin the goblin, nice. Yeah, I am 100% going to play a goblin. Because that just resonates so strongly with me. But yeah, so I just wanted to like let you know that if ever we play D&D, I'm absolutely playing a goblin.
It'd be so
Yeah.
fun to play, because halflings are like quite fun to play because they're small and you can get up to all sorts of mischievous stuff.
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a goblin and a barbarian would be quite fun to play as a duo.
for sure. Yeah, ultra shenanigans. I'm so excited.
Yeah, but we'd have to find a campaign or switch like a DM round for the next campaign or
Yeah.
something, so you can actually play
Yeah,
it.
like I have no issue with DMing though. Like I really enjoy DMing, but like I like DMing long campaigns and I like playing like one shots. So
Yeah, that could be. Well, if you ask one of our team, I'm sure someone will gladly do a one
Yeah.
shot,
exactly that.
because it gives them experience and an insight to like the work that a DM does.
That's very true. That is very true.
Because you have to do so much.
Yeah.
Because you have to predict like the shenanigans and the moronic things that players will do.
Yeah. That is fact. What else do you want to talk about?
Well, the only other thing here is I've got a topic called pointless ads.
Okay. I have to know.
Because like I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, and it's a lot of gaming stuff, and I've been keep getting advertised um, like TVs and gaming headsets, which realistically, in my head, is kind of pointless. Because how do you show a headphone has better audio than what you're currently listening to, other than saying that this is better than what you're listening to? Like, how does it know that you're listening to it? And you can only, like, I say display audio. You can only play audio as well as you can play it yourself.
That's true. That's very true.
Same with Same with the TV screen. Like, this has got a super high OLED resolution and so on and so forth, and all sorts of other fancy jargon. But how do you display it? How do you show that on my 7-inch CRT TV? I'm still getting to see the picture on that TV shown on my TV. Still doesn't look great, but it's all going off of like what the commentator is saying.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Sorry, I'm laughing at the fact that you are, like... That's probably, like, the nerdiest complaint I've ever heard in my life. It's just like, oh, how could this...
Yeah, I see what you mean, but yeah, I was looking into, like, headsets, one for this and two for, like, just general...
Sure.
Like, gaming stuff, and I thought, hang on.
Yeah.
It's tried to show me how good this thing is, but it can't really show me how good this thing is. It can only show me how good, like, as good as my thing is.
It's true. That's very true.
What is this paradoxical wizardry that's going on right now?
Yeah.
Because it's all, like, hypothetical lying to a degree.
I don't even think it's hypothetical. It is just kind of lying, honestly.
Yeah, it's lying with like some kind of modicum of like truth to a degree, in that, like, a lot of the people might have a shitty headset.
Yeah.
Or be playing whatever out of I don't know.
Yeah.
Like half a headphone.
Half a.
Because I keep getting the the Steel Series advert, the one with the dancing troll.
Oh yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah, that one, and I swear, like, I sleep and I see that thing in my dreams now.
Yeah, that's
like, I get it, Steel Series.
That's fucking relatable.
But anyway, my apparently, like, top tier nerdy rant over.
That was actually triple S tier. That was pretty great. I don't really have a lot to talk about, to be honest. How long have we been going for? Hour and 15? What else? I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, I've got a thing that happens to me a couple days ago.
Let's hear it.
Like, it's a whole like, public awkwardness thing.
Oh, yes, tell me more.
I don't know if you've, like, if my girlfriend has shown you. So we went. So there was a circus in town, about a week ago.
Oh, yeah, she told me.
Up in Leicester. It was like the Continental Circus touring Berlin, blah blah blah. And me, her, and two of her friends went to the circus, and we got, like, kind of like front row seats. Like there was a VIP bit which is like ringside. Yeah. And then we were, like, the front row of the next bit. Yeah. Like, there's a whole walkway ring where, like, the performers and actors and, like, people walk, sure. Obviously, walkway. Sure. And there was a point in the show where there was like an interim kind of performer who was like this clown who did this, like, a bunch of slapstick sketches, and there was a bit where there was a audience participation thing involved.
Oh no.
So he pulled 3 people out of the audience. I was one of them. He walked up to the centre, like the centre bit, pulled someone out there, went to the far side, pulled someone out, and as he was coming around to our side, that fucker locked eyes with me and was like, "Oh shit!
Oh,
Guess who he's picking?" Yeah, so he picked me. And
Oh my god!
fucking, like, girlfriend and two friends screamed with absolute fucking glee. One, that they didn't get picked, and two, that I got picked.
Oh my god! This sounds like the best story ever.
Yeah, it was really good, and he brought us on stage, and we had to do this like funny acting bit. Like, he had this like a cliche like film reel camera, like a 1960s kind of film reel camera, and we were doing this like funny little film. So there was a guy, a man, a woman, another man, and me. One man, he dressed up he put a pink tutu on him and some bunny ears, and gave him a clapperboard.
Okay.
And he did this routine dance in front of like a little hip shake, and like a coquettish kind of leg up in the air, and like clapped the board and like sallied off, which for a circus performance, that is pretty fucking accurate to the film industry. That's how you feel dancing in front of the lens. So he's done his homework. But the other guy and the woman, the other guy had to wear this like bowler hat and like wolf whistle at the woman, who was looking all glamorous in like a feather hat and a flowery scarf.
Okay.
And they do like some kind of flirty thing, and I knock at this door with a bunch of flowers and walk through the door, and look heartbroken and at the two flirting, because I'm apparently going out with one of them. Throw down my hat, throw down the bouquet of flowers, spin around, and I've got a gun, one of those the blank firing guns.
Oh my god!
And there's like so many like funny like mistakes with this. Like, the door falls over on one because it's on blocks. They pull the blocks out and it falls over, and everyone laughs. It's great. And I'm supposed to shoot the guy, and we do this like I think twice. No. We do it once. I'm supposed to shoot the guy, but the clown resets everyone, and he sneakily tells the girl to fall down dead. So that happens, and it's a whole funny thing that you've shot the wrong person. You're supposed to shoot the guy like this, and the clown then shoots the guy and goes, "See, you couldn't. That was all you had to do," and then shoots me, and I fall down dead, and like despairs at everything. Goes, "Oh, this was my big production," and shoots himself, and all the lights go black.
Oh.
And it was one of the funniest things I've done this year.
Oh my god, that is incredible. I wish I could have been there for that. Holy shit, that's funny.
Did she not send you the video?
She did, but like, it doesn't quite come through. I didn't get the fact that like when you shoot the person, that it's the wrong person, or like the wrong person falls over. Like, there's no context to that in the video.
Yeah, that's supposed to be
that is
the thing.
Fucking great. That is,
yeah, like this other guy's flirting with my girlfriend or wife or
that
something.
That is absolutely
I get mad
tremendous. Dude, that is so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was really good, because like standing up there, I was like, this is really happening. I'm actually doing this, and I'm okay with it. It's great. It's
character
funny.
Progression.
Yeah.
Nice. Good shit, my dude. That's so good. That's real good.
But that's the first time I've been to a circus for, I think, years, since I was young.
Dude, I've been to the surface. Surface? I've been to the
surface.
I live underground. I'm a mole. I haven't been.
You
Yeah,
moron. You don't mingle with the surface
No,
dwellers as well.
absolutely not. I haven't been to the circus since 2008 or 9. Is the last time. I remember I went for a birthday, but it was later teenage years, so 18 or 19, I think.
Okay.
There was a circus in Oxford. It wasn't very good, if I remember correctly.
It's a really underrated demonstration of skill,
Yeah, absolutely.
because all the like things that these guys do, they have to train for hours and hours on end for to get right.
Yeah.
Like with the high wire things and
Yeah.
everything that makes the audience like scream and whoop.
Yeah, for sure.
It's mad.
That's incredible. I'm so pleased that that's a thing that exists in the universe.
Yeah, and you now got some context for it.
Yeah, the video makes so much more sense now.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was expecting the level of
That's
hair
good.
that came out of my hat.
Is that what prompted the haircut?
No, it needed it anyway.
Well, I mean,
But partially.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Did you see my
No.
latest Instagram post?
Your latest Instagram post, no?
Did you not see my emo-boy aesthetic?
Oh, you in the blue jumper.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, I've seen that.
And the fucking across my eye emo haircut.
Yeah. Like Hello Scene Kid 2003.
Literally. I really want you to watch My Hero Academia. So bad. Ooh.
Now's the intervention.
Yeah, now's the intervention, please. Just for me. Just for my sake.
Yeah, you need to give me your Crunchyroll thing. Or whatever it is.
That's
Or is it Netflix?
It's Funimation.
Funimation.
Yeah. Apologies for all the scratching. I have not shaved in a couple weeks, so I am very beardy.
Tresbeardy.
Tresbeard. I was having a conversation about like beard versus no beard the other day. Where do you stand on the beard versus no beard? Well, you can't really grow a beard, so I guess like
No, not really. I don't know. No beard is a bit more like difficult to maintain because you've got to like
shave.
keep shaving and keep that level of that level of no beardiness.
Yeah, it's like a daily. It's like part of your
Yeah.
daily like cleaning routine includes shaving, which is like so much effort that I'm like, yeah,
Like,
I'm
nah.
good, thanks though.
Yeah, the only other thing with it is like if you've got like annoying skin like I do, like if whatever you use like irritates it or like you react to it in a certain way, because you have like post shave like creams and
true.
balms and whatnot.
True, I guess. Like, I am blessed in that I don't generally have any skin problems. So like the thing is, when I shave, I only ever like electric razor like down to stubble. I don't like shave my face. So like
No,
I
Like-
feel like I look like
it's easier to go without shaving, but like you lose like you can have a beard, but it's got to work. You can't have patchy like fluff like I do.
I'm also I'm also blessed in the fact that mine grows evenly across my face with no patches.
Yeah, you do pull off a really good like Spartan look.
Yeah, long hair, big beard.
I was thinking more like shorter hair, big beard. Could you?
Oh, you mean like Leonidas-esque?
Yeah, Leonidas level of Spartan.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that my username is Spartan Lulu in everything.
Oh, was it
Yes.
not?
Well,
Because
it originally was a
you're
Halo reference, but
3000
like
Halo
now
fanboy.
it's like. Yeah, I mean, there's that, but also like, I am a bit Spartan-esque.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more of like an aesthetic thing now than anything.
yeah. You've got the build and stuff to suit it.
Yeah. Oh, if I ever cared about fitness and like getting like ripped, I would actually be like a unit. I would be stacked, but like that's a lot of effort, and video games exist, so
Yeah.
also that involves going outside my bedroom, which is, as we all discovered, like non-existent because I am an underground hobbit dwelling.
Yeah, use a
goblin.
mole man.
Yeah, that.
I thought you were doing. Didn't you say you were doing weights between video games or something?
Yeah,
that?
I do, but like that is.
I mean, it's
when I'm
low key.
when I'm feeling motivated, which isn't all the time.
True. But once you get into a routine of maybe doing something, it might kickstart it a little better.
Maybe. To be honest, majority of my time these days is between, work and home life is taken up with, like, sleep, to be honest. That's pretty much all I ever do. It's like work, sleep, play video games, or watch TV. Like, my life is very uninteresting right now. But I work, especially the last, like, several weeks, I have been working so much more in an attempt to earn more money, in an attempt to, afford stuff.
Yeah.
Afford the general cost of living.
Yeah.
For example.
It is stupid
which is
high.
high, he says with pain in his voice.
And especially in Reading as well. Reading's like is an expensive place.
It's because it's so close to London.
Yeah.
It's like crazy expensive.
I
think that'll probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think that'll probably do for this week.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hour and a half of recording.
Nice. Alright, cool. Thank you everyone for listening. This week's been a bit more like laid back, a bit more of like a chat about. Well, I mean, we talked about like some pretty nerdy stuff, but I like it when it's like a little bit more laid back like this, because it feels like it's easier to just sort of hold interest in conversation. Like maybe sometimes we go a bit like,
sometimes it gets a bit wayward and
yeah, but like that's fine. Also, this week is the first week with not a single mind flayer moment.
Holy shit.
I know, this is a mental occasion, everyone.
We're gonna put a mind flayer out of a job.
Yeah, everyone clap, because we did it. We are actually getting better at this. I nearly fucked up my words just then, which would have been the funniest thing.
Nearly.
Oh my god, that would have been so funny. But yeah, no mind flayer moment this week. We did it. We are better at this now.
We did it. We know what we're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for everyone for listening. You can find us on the YouTube, and that's it for now. Hopefully one day we'll be able to like put it up on some kind of audio only medium, but and for now, just look out for the announcements on our social medias about when the next episodes go up, and if you have any criticisms or feedbacks, feel free to get in contact with us. I love talking to people about this and about like their opinions on the stuff that we have to say about. So yeah, thank you everyone. Anything you want to add, Ben?
Nah, same again. It's like super fun making and doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And
the level of feedback we get and like supportiveness is really, really encouraging for us to continue doing this.
Absolutely. Yeah, echo that sentiment entirely. Like, it's a really fulfilling and rewarding thing to do. So, appreciation for everyone who tunes in. And, yep. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Definitely. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.